Hey friends, and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Imi. Today I want to show you how to make tempeh from scratch. Today we're going to be focusing on traditional tempeh, which is made from soybeans, but I will be making another video that shows you how to make tempeh out of things like chickpeas, lentils, other legumes, and things like that. In this video I'll also be showing you what you can do with tempeh. Especially if you're new to plant-based eating, tempeh might be something you've never tried before. The process can be a little tricky at first. Believe me, I have made many mistakes. But with a little practice and time, I have no doubt that you'll be able to get this down. Okay, grab a cup of tea and let's get into it. The first thing that we're going to do is soak our soybeans overnight. Now that your soybeans have been soaking overnight for at least 24 hours, the next step in the process is to de-shell them. You don't have to be perfect and get every single shell off, but we want to try and get off as many as possible. More will come off in the cooking process, but it's good to get a head start. So all we're going to do is de-shell them, rinse them, and then we're going to cook them in the Instant Pot. If you don't have an Instant Pot, that is totally fine. You can also cook them on the stove. It just takes a little bit longer. To remove the skins, you pinch the beans, splitting them in half and sliding the skin off of them. This is quite slow, so you can pick up handfuls and rub them together. Keep doing this until you feel like most of the skins have been removed. The skins will float to the top of the bowl, so to separate them from the beans, I add more water to the bowl and let the water drain, taking the skins with them. Again, you don't have to be perfect, just try to remove as many as you can. Then place them in a pressure cooker or stovetop and cook. Be careful not to overcook the beans. Al dente is best. I go for 11 minutes in the Instant Pot. Once done, drain and dry thoroughly. The beans must still be warm, but as dry as possible. I use tea towels to do this quickly, but you can also use a hairdryer. Once dry, add 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar per 2 cups of dried soybeans used. So for this recipe we use 2 cups of dry soybeans, so we'll use 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Then add your starter. I buy mine from Cultures for Health, but there are lots of other options online to choose from. The most important thing is that it's as fresh as possible. And once you've got tempeh down, you can definitely make your own starter. The traditional Indonesian way to make tempeh is to use banana leaves to encase the beans. Today we're going to be using bags with holes poked all around each side. Once you've got this method down, you can start experimenting with less wasteful methods like glass. I've had quite a bit of success, but you really need to know what you're doing, so you make sure you're getting enough airflow. Okay, so now that the soybeans have been mixed with the apple cider vinegar and the starter, I put them in the plastic bags and I made sure there were air holes all around the bags. Then we're going to incubate them, and I'm going to do this at a temperature between 85 and 90 Fahrenheit. This is when we need to keep an eye on the tempeh. I will leave it at this temperature for about 12 to 18 hours, and then I'll check the progress. Once the spores begin to spread, then it's going to be creating its own heat. So if you keep it at that temperature, then there's a higher chance of it going off and growing lots more black mold than we want. A little bit of discolored mold is okay, but we don't want too much because then it's overripe. So we'll come back and check its progress in about 18 hours, and if it's looking good, we'll take the temperature and then we might turn the incubator off. I'm just using a bread proofer. I have used my oven before with just the light on, or if you live in a hot climate, then you can just put it on the side. So we'll check back in 18 hours. Once your tempeh is ready, I like to put it in the fridge for 24 hours before eating it. So now I'm going to show you what it looks like, how I like to prepare it, and a fun marinade to try and make tempeh bacon. Tempe bacon seems to be very popular, and to be honest, I can understand why. So I'm going to show you a recipe for that, and I'm going to show you exactly what this looks like once we take it out of the packet, how to prepare it, and other recipes that you can use to enjoy your tempeh, which is a really great source of protein, especially if you're on a plant-based diet. But of course, if you're a meat eater, you can definitely enjoy tempeh as well. This certainly isn't the most perfect tempeh I've made, but it showcases quite nicely the result you're looking for. The tempeh should be covered completely in a white mold, which neatly knits together the beans to form a bean cake. For a really simple and delicious way to prepare tempeh, simply add all of your ingredients to a bowl or container, including soy sauce, spices, liquid smoke, and some maple syrup. Give it a good whisk and then thinly slice your tempeh. Gently add your tempeh to the container and spoon over the marinade. It's okay if you have some parts which aren't as neatly knit together as others. They're still edible, and with practice you'll perfect it. After a few hours, the tempeh is ready to use, though it will be good for at least a few days in the fridge, and 24 hours of marinating couldn't hurt. I like to fry it in a little oil and make a veggie BLT with it. I just add some vegan mayo, lettuce, tempeh, and a tomato to a wrap. This is of course just one way to prepare tempeh, but there are countless others that I show you in my What I Eat in a Week videos. I think that tempeh is a truly versatile ingredient, and I think there are so many things that you can do with it. I will use it just to fry it up and put it in salads, sandwiches, curries. Honestly, it's endless, the possibilities. Anyway, I really hope that you enjoyed this quick video, very straightforward on just how to make tempeh from scratch at home. We just focused on traditional tempeh made from soybeans. Tempeh is actually originally from Indonesia, and it has a really wonderful and rich history. If you have any questions about this video, please leave them in the comments below. And if you want to see more videos like this, then please let me know, because I want to be as helpful as possible for you guys. If you're looking for another video where you really want just one specific topic covered, I've also made a sourdough video, how to make sourdough from beginning to end, especially directed for beginners. So I will leave that linked below and in the cards. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very, very, very soon. Okay, bye.